Okay, what is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And finally, we have the official in-game news for the upcoming after-party Sugo-Fest, the Kizuna Clash Sugo-Fest, featuring, of course, the new legends of Dragon Ivankov Kuma, as well as Legend Ginny. There are some things that we do need to talk about here. This is, of course, going to be a video dedicated to the structure of this event, who's boosted where, which part looks better. We're going to go through all of that so you guys know what to expect heading into this Sugo-Fest, okay? I guess just a bit of a forewarning, in my opinion, I think that you should be skipping this Sugo-Fest. And I know it's like sacrilege, bro. It's Legend Dragon. Of course, we have to pull Legend Dragon. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter tweet at me like, oh, you know, I don't care if this character's bad, it's Dragon, I want to get him anyway. I'm just saying that I think that you're probably better off to save your gems. If you still are missing some characters on the Super Sugo-Fests, you know, for the 11th anniversary, Luffy, Kizaru, the Nami, of course, is still really good, Saturn, you know, Rocks Pirates, whatever it may be. If you're missing still those units, I would suggest to pull on that Sugo-Fest over this one right now. Just saying. Anyways, let's go through this information. Of course, they've just kind of shown, you know, that we have the Super Evolution of Sabo and Koala. Once again, it's an extremely disappointing Super Evolution. Feels bad, man. Kizuna Clash, which is going to be dropping on June 24th. So the banner actually starts tomorrow with Dragon Ivankov and Kuma. And then 4 days after that is when we get the Kizuna Clash. Nothing really crazy is listed here in this news post about the Kizuna. It's not a super boss, by the way. I know some people may have that question. It's not a super boss. It's alternating every single month. So 1 month super boss, the next one is not a super boss, and then the month after that, it will be another super boss. So hopefully you understand that one. In terms of what to expect, though, you can get the Super Evolution skulls for Sabo and Koala on box 4, 5, and 6. Do note that because this is a dual unit Super Evolution, you do only require 3 skulls. So you get one from box 4, one from box 5, one from box 6, and then you need a normal red skull and a normal int skull. I believe they are also available in the Kizuna boxes. If not, you can get them from the Rayleigh's Bazaar, but that's how you get them. It also mentions that Legend Boa Hancock is available from box 6, which I believe is the Summertime Boa Hancock, which is a pretty mediocre character, let's be real. And then you can also pick up the Super Evolution skulls for Sober Mask, for those of you who were unable to pick that up when that did drop. And then, of course, there will be a limited time offer where certain skulls are going to be reduced cost. Cost of Kizuna insignia at the shop has been adjusted. Certain crystal skulls will cost less. And that's pretty much it. It's just a normal Kizuna, right? Nothing too crazy, okay? Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the video, which is the Sugo-Fest itself. 11th anniversary after party Pirate Alliance Kizuna Clash Sugo-Fest. That's a mouthful for a banner. 10% chance for a legend to appear. That's already a massive step down from the anniversary. Of course, the anniversary itself, the Super Sugo, every Super Sugo that comes out typically is a 15% chance to get a red. This banner is only a 10% chance to get a red. So you're going to be seeing, on average, way less red posters in this Sugo-Fest. It says certain Kizuna Clash legends are going to be boosted on each part. New anniversary Sugo-Fest exclusive Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma. And here's the kicker, Kizuna Clash legend Ginny. So on the official website, when we go through the actual information on what these characters did, it mentioned that Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma were going to be an anniversary exclusive. That is exactly what it is. It did state that Ginny was going to be a normal legend. That is not the case. Ginny is confirmed to be a Kizuna legend, which makes pulling this character way more difficult. And it's just another thing that the revolutionary armies really don't have going for them. You have Mole and Karasu, a treasure map legend, very hard to get. Then you have now Ginny, a revolutionary army legend. It's a Kizuna legend, very hard to get. And then you have Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma, an anniversary exclusive legend, very hard to get. So they're making it extremely hard to put this team together. And yet, that's just the way they've kind of designed this unit, man. It's crazy. And again, that's just part of the reason why I just think that pulling for Dragon, Ivankov, and Kuma right now, I don't think it's viable. The next best opportunity you're going to have to pull this unit, by the way, being Dragon, because he's an anniversary exclusive, the next time he will appear, it should be the 11.5 anniversary, which will be in November. November 11th is when you'll be able to see Dragon next, most likely. Okay, let's move on. So it talks about how they're boosted in the upcoming Kizuna Clash. Each part of the Sugo-Fest, there's only 20 available legends. And then there's a gem sale. We can get Kizuna potions. And then a little bit below that, it talks about the new units, of course. Once again, confirming anniversary exclusive Dragon Kizuna Legend Ginny. And then here we have the steps, okay? So the steps are actually identical between part 1 and part 2. And you can see here, look at this. Look at all of these steps right here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 29. So many of these pulls are either a legend or a rate boosted character. Remember, it's a 10% chance to get a legend, meaning that it's a 10% chance for one of these posters to be a red. Otherwise, you're just getting a rate boosted character. Remember that there's no rare recruits or anything, like new rare recruits debuting alongside them, so the only thing you'd be looking for that is quote-unquote new is going to be the debut units of Dragon and Ginny. So this is really, really bad to see. Then you've got a guaranteed legend on 3, 7, 13, 16, 24, and 28, which is like, fine, okay. Then you've got multi-10 is a limited pool legend, and of course we'll have a look at what pools of characters are available there. And then that's it. And then you get the 30th pull on part 1 is guaranteeing you Dragon. The 30th pull of part 2 is guaranteeing you Ginny. Now, if you go 30 multis deep to get Dragon or 30 multis deep to get Ginny, I feel like you need help. Because I just do not think these characters are worth going to 30 multis for. I just don't agree with it. Then again, hey, you can spend your gems however you like. I'm just here to provide you some guidance, okay? I'm here to provide you guidance. If you don't agree with me, that's fine, but it's on you, okay? Don't say I didn't warn you. Anyways, let's move on and actually have a look at what's available. So, part 1 of the Sugo-Fest debuting tomorrow. Part 2 is the day after that. Part 1, let's have a look and see what's available. So we've got Dragon and Cross Guild. They're the only anniversary characters that are available. That's pretty disappointing. Remember that there's 20 available legends in each part of the Sugo-Fest. So out of the 20 legends, you only have 2 anniversary exclusives. Ooh, I gotta say, that's a bit of a yikes. I'm not a big fan of that at all. And the fact that it's Cross Guild, I mean, Cross Guild's awesome. I'm a big fan of Cross Guild. They're a really powerful legend if you don't have them. I mean, yeah, you definitely want to get them, but I can't really condone pulling here. Let's keep looking. Kizuna Clash legends. Okay, so let's start from the right. So Croc and Dofi, extremely terrible. One of the worst legends, honestly, that's ever released. Very, very bad legend. Vegapunk is okay. S-Snake, honestly, people like this unit. I rarely ever use this character, I have to say. This character is really not that great. I mean, some people really like this unit. I think that this unit is extremely, extremely mediocre. Definitely a character you don't need on your account. And then the final character being Chopper and Robin. Honestly, I don't even remember what this character even does. Some healing, removes Rainbow Shield. I mean, like, they're fine, right? They're fine. They don't have a premium potential ability either, so you don't really care for dupes, you know, all things considered. And then they're boosting fighters, which is actually kind of neat, I guess. And then, is there special good? It gives recovery bind, 3 times healing, a recovery bind reduction, target 1 teammate with low HP for a heal. Okay, this character special is absolutely trash. Yeah, you're never using this character in Rumble. All of these Kizuna legends, I just think are mid. Like, it's like, who cares, right? You just don't really need these units. So, part 1 isn't looking great so far. What else do we have? And then we've just got normal legends. Okay, what do we have? Sanji and Nami is pretty good. We have Halloween Uta, which is solid. Memories of Nami. Memory Straw Hat Nami is good in Rumble, of course. Hiyori's a really good one there. The Sai Uta is very good. Rayleigh Gaban is a great normal legend, but I mean, again, these are all normal legends. You can pull them on legitimately every single red ticket you get. You can pull any of these units here, so it's not like it's that crazy. And Sabo and Koala as well. That's diabolical, man. That is crazy. Okay. The fact that I say that is because Sabo and Koala are currently free in the Rumble season, so the fact that they're here is ridiculous. Robin and Jinbei are extremely overrated, underrated, should I say. Underrated legend. V2 Shirahoshi Manchuri, you're going to be nice to have if you don't own them, I suppose. And Legend Hawkins is just trash. Okay. Dude, this Sugo-Fest looks so bad. I just don't see where the value is. Like, yeah, if you really want Dragon, I mean, go for your life. But, man, you're just going to be pulling trash the entire way because there's just not enough to really warrant pulling on this. I just can't suggest pulling here. It looks absolutely terrible. So remember, on multi 10 and multi 20, you get a limited pool legend, which is one of these 10 units here. So they didn't even, okay, I was gonna say, if they didn't put cross guild on here, I would have been so freaking mad. Okay, so at least they put both of the Annie exclusives on the limited pool. I mean, yeah, to be honest, this is like the better units from the pool for sure, but again, it's to go 10 or 20 multis deep to get one of these units, it's a bit of a yikes in my opinion. I just don't think it's very good. And then you've got the Kizuna Clash only characters that are boosted. I mean, yeah, these characters are definitely nice to have. Does this character even have the tag? Yeah, she doesn't even have the tag. I mean, that's crazy, dude. This is such a joke. Okay, yeah, so, and that's it. So, this is part 1 of the Sugo-Fest. It looks so bad. Let's see if part 2 is any better. By the way, as well, Ginny is not pullable on part 1. If you want her specifically, you have to pull on part 2. So, if you end up wanting to build, like, the quote-unquote god team for Dragon, build that Rev Army team, you need to pull on both part 1 and part 2. Ridiculous, right? Let's have a look here. Part 2. Anniversary exclusives. Okay, we knew that they boosted Dex Roger. That's dope. But then they boost the Strength Blackbeard, which, let's be real here, this character is pretty mid. No one's really using this guy. I guess technically he's okay in Pirate Rumble, but that's about it in my opinion. So yeah, Roger's the best unit on this banner. I mean, literally, if you're just looking at all of these legends, including part 1, part 2, Roger is the best unit on here. Roger is the best. That's crazy. Let's move on to the Kizuna Clash legends here. So, of course, Ginny is available. But then you have Shaka, which is pretty mid. Memories of Straw Hat Chopper, which is also a relatively mediocre legend. Doesn't see really a lot of play. And then you've got Ein, which is like another Kizuna legend that's just so cheeks. Like, what are we talking about here? This Sugo-Fest looks awful. Seriously, like, what are we talking about? Like, there's no reason to pull here. You literally have the 11th anniversary Sugo-Fest still active. Why would you pull on this banner when the 11th Annie is still here? Like, it's ridiculous. Anyways, as for the normal legends, what do we got? Usopp and Lilith are good. Christmas Oot is very good. Memories of Straw Hat Robin is kind of underrated. Dofi and Sugar are like, okay. Man, they're bringing out all the big guns here. Kizaru, Fuji, Katakuri, Oven, let's go. Robin Koala, also a very top tier, like, normal legend to pull. Ben Beckman, Lucky Roo, pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. This is, yeah. Limited pool legend, so again, multi-10 or multi-20. You're guaranteed one of these units here on part 2. This is a pretty decent looking pool. Obviously, you've got Roger here, you've got Christmas Uta, you've got Usopp Lilith, you've got Ginny. But who's doing 10 multis for like, these types of units? Not me. That's, I'll tell you that for sure. And then for the Kizuna Clash rare recruits that are boosted, which are these ones right here. And then all of the, on all parts, all of these characters are also boosted, or rate boosted characters, so you got some generic rare recruits. And then every other Kizuna rare recruit that is in the game is pullable on the Sugo-Fest, but they're not like rate boosted or anything like that. God damn, dude. This Sugo-Fest is so bad. I mean, I'm not pulling. No, there's just no way. There's just no reason to pull here. By the way, there is no discounted multi on here as well, in case if anyone was wondering. There's no discount, so you can't even just do a sneaky little pull here to see if you can get some luck. But yeah, I mean, like, let's be real. There's just don't pull. If you pull, I just feel like you're going to be disappointed. Yes, there's going to be people out there that do one pull, they pull Dragon. That's dope, right? But considering the structure, the characters that are available, I just feel like you are stupid if you pull on this Sugo-Fest. Unless, of course, you just have the cash to splash. It just seems ridiculous to me. That's going to be it, though. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.